turning on my
Your volume. Perfect.
whatever. Yeah, how are you?
Good. Nice to meet. Well, nice to see you over video.
Right.
And thanks so much for being patient with all this back and forth and scheduling. But I just wanted to get your first. I would love to hear just your tiny home story from the beginning.
So my tiny home story was that I had a house. It was 1965, and I loved it. I loved it. It was an older house. It was solid. Um, I did have to make a lot of repairs, but I had cancer, and I couldn't take care of it anymore. And then I also had a job that I may have had to require traveling to different locations for several months at a time. And I didn't want to leave my house empty. And then if my parents got sick, I wanted to be able to come home. So the best thing was a tiny home.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily everything worked out and I lived in the same place for another 5 years or so. But I did just come home to Austin to help my parents out. So, but yeah, it was, and it's just me. It's not my, before I had my son and stuff like that. No, I don't. It's just me. So,
Wow. Okay, great. And then, how long were you trying to sell your tiny house for, on your own?
um, I think I started at the end of 2022. I thought about it then, I think, and then I think I listed it in 2023 on a couple websites and Facebook, and then took it off, and then tried it again like 6 months later, and then took it off, and tried it again, and then took it off, and tried it again, and then um, I had seen y'all, but at the time I wasn't willing to do the 8% or 10%.
Yeah.
Because if I have a realtor, it's only 6%,
Yeah.
right? So like I think that was the big thing, but right now it's like I really do need something bigger. So I priced it so that I could adjust with that 8%.
Yeah. And
So,
then, what was that like trying to sell it on your own?
oh my God. Everybody was like, it's too expensive. Well, they wanted to pay like 30,000 for it or
Mm-hmm.
50,000. And I'm like, this isn't an RV. It is an RV, but it isn't an RV.
Yeah.
It's not fiberglass on the inside. It's solid wood throughout the whole house, inside and out. Um, I know I had one lady compare it to an actual RV, and I'm just like, no. I had people who were curious, so they drove to come and look at it, but none of them had. I don't think none of them had any. I don't think they had any intentions. They told me
Mm-hmm.
they said all the right stuff, and I was really hopeful at the time. But in reality, I don't think they ever had an intention to buy it.
Yeah.
I think they just wanted to see it.
Yeah, that's very common. Very, very common. And you tried for a long time. Did your realtor help?
About 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they did the realtor how was that relationship with them? As far as
With
did they bring
with
any
Lisa?
no, with the realtor that you hired? Did they
Oh no, I didn't hire a realtor for them. I meant in general,
Oh, okay.
paying for a home realtor versus like paying for a tiny home realtor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it. It's different. I mean, houses are a lot more expensive. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. And then I guess give me your overall let me phrase the question. What was it like working with Tiny House Society from start to
Oh, I
finish?
love Lisa.
Yeah.
I love Lisa. Oh
Yeah.
my God, she's so cute and so fun. Um, and it's funny because I would wake up in the middle of the night and realize she texts me, and then I'd send her a text, and she'd text me back, and I'm like, oh my God, I just woke her up. What the hell? Like
Yeah.
I didn't mean to, but she's like, no, I'm awake. I'm awake. And I just thought about this, and I was like, okay. But like just being able to bounce ideas off of her. At one point we thought about raising the price because I really didn't, I did not price it for any wiggle room.
Mm-hmm.
And, after the first meeting, and the lady's like, well, once you pay for this and this and this and that, and maybe I'll buy it. And it's like, well, no, because if you really want it, then you would pay for all this stuff. You obviously did your research. And the fact that I could talk to Lisa about that and get the same feelings from her and understanding, and not be like, no, you can't do that. But we did decide to hold off on raising the price, just because she had so many people calling in, and that wouldn't look right. So, just being able to bounce ideas off of her was awesome.
Mm-hmm. What?
So I really enjoyed that.
How quickly did it sell?
A week.
In a week. Yeah.
No, okay. Okay. So I signed papers on the 17th. I think like I signed the papers on a Sunday,
Yeah.
Saturday or Sunday. And then by like the next, okay, maybe 2 weeks, a week and a half.
Yeah. 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 And
2 weeks. A week. I think it's 2 weeks.
yeah.
Because I think all the paperwork was done for selling it in 2 weeks. So
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I think the value of just having a team and a process and step by step and providing a lot of trust and transparency, follow
mhm.
up. I mean, a lot of it is communication. Behind the scenes, like there was a lot of marketing that Lisa did, that our team
Yeah.
did. And then there's a lot of follow ups, and a lot of it is just trust and getting on the phone. And then I think buyers and both buyers and sellers, it's they both feel comfortable having a conversation with like a middle person per se, and instead of
Right.
having that conversation together. um, and then I guess, what advice would you give other tiny home sellers that are doing it on their own?
The 8 and 10% is worth it
Yeah.
because if you think about it, one, because I did the calculations and you would have
Yeah.
like made next to nothing on my house
Yeah.
for 6%.
Yeah.
And so, realizing that it's worth it. You don't have the hassle. You don't have strangers. Well, you have strangers, but you don't have strangers coming in and out. You always
Mm-hmm.
have somebody who has their contact information.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like my paranoia of watching too many crime things of, oh my God, they looked at an open house. But
Yeah.
no, but I don't have to be. I can get honest feedback from y'all as well.
Yeah.
What was wrong? Did I have, did my house smell? Did I forget to clean the litter box? Did
Right.
I, or something? Or should I have put away a sign or a poster that I had up or whatever? Just the feedback, genuine feedback, honest feedback from y'all, and that y'all do make it happen.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I told my friend about it, but he hasn't really said anything. And I'm like, okay, fine. You can pay somebody several $100s a month to keep it on their lot
Mm-hmm.
and try selling it. Because I know he's been trying to sell it for at least 6 months. Because their family expanded, so they needed a house.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think, and it's so funny because I think about it and I could kick myself in the butt because I did look at y'all a few years ago when I initially started. And like I said, at that time I was like, no, no, no. But you know what? I found the house that I want.
Mm-hmm.
My dream home is going to be coming in a couple of months. And it's so, I'm going to miss my house. I love it. I absolutely love
Yeah.
it. And I'm going to miss it. But I know that the person we sold it to, she's great, and I know she's going to appreciate it. And
Yeah.
so I feel, and that's another thing. You don't like when I tried selling it on my own, people wanted to chop it up and remodel it and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, no,
Right.
no, you don't. Like, this is hard craftsmanship. This isn't IKEA stuff. This is anyway.
Yeah.
And because she told me what she was thinking about doing with it, and it was funny because it was like, well, yeah, I thought about that too, but I wasn't quite sure, and so like I don't know, we just meshed. She was great.
Yeah. Yeah. The relationship. I mean,
Trust the process.
trust the process. Yes, it is, and we really do set it up so that they feel comfortable getting on the call with you. And I mean, it's just I don't. It works really well. But I will say this was so good because of you and your personality and the way that you approached it, like the
That's
mindset
what
that you
she
had.
said.
You were very flexible. You were very kind. You were very willing to just share all of the information that you knew.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that you brought a lot of it as well. I think we did our part and we provided the structure, but at the end of the day, it was that connection that you had with your buyer that made all the difference.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just.
yeah.
It's funny because it's like I want to go. She's supposed to, I think, have it in Massachusetts, and I want to go up after she.
Yeah.
After she fixes it, because I want to, like, in my head, it's like that's what I would have done too, but I wasn't quite sure how to do it. So I like really want to see how it turned out and everything. Like basically, it's just mostly the flooring is what she wants to do is the flooring over again, and I think that was all she really the doorknob, the handles and stuff. But yeah, I just
Yeah.
yeah, you tell people, hey, I had to replace this, I had to replace that, and they're like, oh my God, but it's like my house is 5 years old.
Yeah.
I live in it 24/7.
Yeah.
Like
What do you?
it's
Yeah.
gonna need some repairs.
Yeah.
Okay, I did the best I could, but yeah, I like I said, I could kick my butt for not doing it earlier. But I think about it, and it's like I
Yeah.
really, I really wish. This is what I wish. I wish I would have done it before I moved my house down to Austin because I had to pay to have
Oh,
it moved.
yeah.
But I didn't. I waited till after I got here before contacting. But it's all good.
It's all
It's all
good.
good.
Yeah, it all works out.
I
And
found the right buyer, and that's timing.
exactly, that's the timing. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, and you have all the paperwork signed. You
Yeah.
received your full payment, and I mean everything is.
Oh, that was like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What was that experience like receiving the payment?
Well, had I given her the right account number to begin with, it would have been fine. But that's not on anybody but me. Okay, so I do have one recommendation.
Yeah.
That you do that in a DocuSign form,
Mm-hmm.
like you do when we pay
Yeah,
for
yeah,
yours.
yeah,
Just because I was trying to type it and I fat fingered it and couldn't look at it
yeah,
very well, and then I was like, I realized I looked at it and I was like, that's not my number. What
yeah,
whose account is that? And then I started freaking out. Other than that, no, that
yeah,
stuff was so smooth, and
yeah.
yeah, and we're still in contact. I asked her when she's
Good.
coming, just because I'm trying to move my stuff out, but also because I want to make sure I don't unskirt it too early. And we've had some freezes, and I just want to make sure that's still being protected. While I mean, it's still in my custody,
Mm.
even though she paid for it, and I still respect it. So
Perfect. Yeah. Excellent. Well, that's great. Thank you so much, Jessica. We're gonna share
thank
this
you.
on our social media and YouTube and all that.
Okay,
But we would love
that's
just
great.
we are so happy and grateful and thankful that you're doing all this. And thanks so much. Any
You're
words of advice?
welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Bye
Bye.
bye.